I am in the mood for cooking pork, what is called cube steaks. Cube steaks is actually a cheaper cut of steak, and so a lot of people out there are like, because it is a cheaper cut of steak. And sometimes, with the economy the way it is, we need to go cheaper. But if cube steaks are cooked wrong, they can turn out really tough and grizzly. So it is very hard to know how to cook cube steak correctly. I used to cook cube steak all the time. Hi, Natalie. When I was younger, lived at home. I also cooked cube steak a lot when I first was married. And then I hadn't cooked it in a long time. So I told my husband I wanted to do it again. And I was craving cube steak for some reason, even though it is a cheaper cut of meat. First rule of thumb when you get cube steak. Right here. You need to soak it in a vinegar-based substance. So what I am soaking it in, I'm going to get my phone so I can see that. So what I'm soaking it in is Italian dressing. Italian dressing, guys. So if you like the flavor of Italian dressing, because what will happen is those cube steaks has been soaking overnight, all night, till now, which is nearly 5 p.m. USA Central Time, in Italian dressing. So they thawed out and soaked in that all night long. So it's going to give it a flavor of the Italian dressing. But we're not going to stop there. Oh, what? You're making tater tot casserole. That's what I'm guessing. That's you're making. It's not showing on my thing yet, but yeah, that's what I guess you're making. Let me go up and go back down. It's cube steak. It's a different type of steak, Natalie. Nope, you're not cooking tater tot casserole. Okay, what are you cooking? Also, I have diced onion and apple to put in with it. So I've got all the prep work done. And normally with steak, you just throw it in the skillet. You don't add any extra to it. You don't dip it in flour. But I like my cube steak to be crispy, kind of like you get country fried steak at a restaurant. So I put it in flour. Okay. So I already have my flour mixture ready to go right here. You're going to be putting it in with seasoning salt. And I think so seasoning salt and flour is what we'll be dipping it in. And the time I'll be pulling it straight out of a bowl from the Italian dressing. So the Italian, I won't need a egg yolk to it or anything like that to make it stick, because the Italian dressing is going to do all that work for me. Okay. Hi, Zab's Great. How are you? Thank you for saying hello. All right. So before we start cooking, because I'm going to get the oil hot, but I want to do a taste test. So right here, I have Doritos, another flavor of Doritos. I got a big variety pack of this. And this one is passion fruit. So passion fruit Doritos. My thing is, I don't want this to end up in some weird spot. So we're going to see what happens when I flip this off. I'm going to try to keep my hand right here. Perfect. Okay. So we're trying passion fruit Doritos. I'm going to save a little bit on the side so my husband can taste test it when he comes back into the house after I finished. Are you guys ready? Let's try it. Ooh. It tastes like passion fruit with a hint of lemon. I'm not playing. It literally does. Now, just so you know, I have pretty much done all the prep work, so this video will go a little faster in teaching you how to cook this. That's going on the kitchen table, along with my water. Okay, you guys ready? Hi, Old Guy Colorado. I think it's I don't know, it might be the first time you've been in one of my live cooking shows. You do them all the time. How are you doing today? You're having chicken. Ooh, chicken sounds good. Okay, you guys ready? Let me get the skillet turned on. Now, my thing is, when I cooked the pork chop dinner for you guys, I had to restart it because I sent off my smoke alarm because I, unfortunately, let the oil get too hot before I put the ingredients in. So that's why I'm making sure this time that does not happen. So we are going to get started on the cooking. I need to get me a spatula out so I can turn it. This is not a very thick spatula. I have a thicker one if I decide I need that one instead. I can switch. So we're going to start out by dipping these cube steaks in Italian dressing. And they're soaked all night in Italian dressing. So now we're going to dip them into the flour. You should ask, I think. I'm glad you're doing okay, Old Guy Colorado. Here we go. First cube steak going in. Oh, and that's a nice cut of cube steak right there. I'm making this for us and a friend. My husband's been having a Bible study on Sunday nights with someone. It's been going really well. And yeah, so a lot of times he's coming over right after he gets off of work. So either my husband goes and I go pick something up. We usually do either Texas Roadhouse or Cracker Barrel. Or sometimes if I'm in the mood, I cook dinner. And I told him I bought all this stuff for fresh made dinners. And we haven't been making it because I've had this bad sinus infection. And so I told him, no, I'm getting Cracker Barrel because I wanted to cook something for us. So here I am cooking. I still got my flour out so I can add more flour and more seasoning salt if I need to. This is pretty good size cube steaks. Hi, Autumn. And what you want to do is you want to cook them for like 4 to 5 minutes on each side. Now that's about how much breading you want on it. You don't want to over bread it. Okay. So we're going to take it, put it into the skillet. And I know the oil ain't hot yet, but we're going to turn up the heat now. And we're going to get it hotter. Because now we got the meat in. That's why I was not turning it up very high. Alright, so we're going to get that started. And right here, I'm going to add apples and onions to the top of this cube steak. So that way, it also will get the flavoring of some of the apples and the onion in there as well. I love my pork chops like this, and I told my husband, oh my goodness, I've been wanting to try this with cube steaks for a long time because I just think that it adds a lot. Adding the onion and the apple adds a lot of flavoring to your meat. So I'm trying it, and I didn't want to put it in until I was ready for the steak to go in. I'm doing it a little different than I did with the pork chops. So then that way it marinates together, starts cooking together. I'm going to get that heat up because I need to hear some bubbling action going on here, and it will get there. I also, I used olive oil, and I put a good coating of olive oil in the bottom. I don't know if you can tell, probably about an inch or two, because I'm doing 4 different cube steaks, and I'm hoping to make it last the whole time. Olive oil is more healthy for you. Bad thing about olive oil, it also, once it starts cooking, it evaporates a lot quicker than most oils do. So then you lose it very quickly. Unfortunately, I used up the last bit of olive oil I have, so if I have to, and this evaporates on me, I'm going to have to switch into vegetable oil. And the sizzling has begun. So we are now officially cooking. Autumn, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, girly. Oh, and you guys barely can see it, but can you see my fish steak? And right at the moment, all my angel bits are right there in that corner. And they're watching me going, what the world is this human am I doing? I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. And if you have not heard the news and have not seen my short live that I put on, you know that Corey's Comedy Channel only had 100 watch hours to get. I put a call to action out there for him, asking all of my Dixie's Warriors and all the fun clubs to come together and to play his videos like crazy all week to try to hit him and help him hit his 100 watch hours. And he officially hit his 100 watch hours either Sunday night or Saturday morning. He now has ads on his channel. It's officially monetized, guys. So, if you get a chance, Corey usually does live around 10 p.m. USA Central Time. And if you get a chance, please come into his live tonight and make sure you give him a big congrats, because I'm telling you, any YouTuber out there will tell you it is hard work to hit that monetization. It is not easy. So it's kudos to him. I'm very happy we all worked together and we got him there. Brainstorm Finger! Hi! I don't think you've been in one of my lives yet. I'm so excited to see you. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Your last night's live was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. I'm telling you, if you guys have not met Brainstorm Spencer yet, go to her channel. Natalie, you need to, or Autumn, can you guys drop links for me? Kind of like take those sometimes, and I do in Corey's Comedy Channel. Get these guys' links in there, please. So that way people can find them after this video and the chat comes up. But she's amazing. Her lives are so much fun. She usually has a panel up with her, about 3 or 4 other people. And they pick a subject, and that's what they talk about through the whole live. And sometimes the live goes for a couple of hours. She has, I think, 81K subscribers now. She blew up. I started learning about her when she was probably at 39K subscribers, and then all of a sudden her channel just took off. So, yeah, she's amazing, and her lives are so much fun. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed if you get to go into one of her Saturday Night Lives. Oh, that is too funny. I just said Saturday Night Live, and that makes me think of the series, Saturday Night Live. TV show. No, it's not the comedy Saturday Night Live. It's live streaming, but her live streams are really fun. So, and I don't always get in them because it depends on what I'm doing on Saturday night at the time, and depends on how early my husband decides he wants to unwind and go to bed. So sometimes I miss getting in them like I want to, but when I can, I'm in her live for sure. 91K. Ah! Okay, guys. She said 91K. So she's creeping up to 100K subscribers, guys. 100K. And while I got you guys on here, I'm putting a call out again, like I did for Corey's Comedy Channel. There's 2 channels on my target. Keith, I don't know if you've seen Keith's comment on the congratulations thing. I did live congratulations thing I did yesterday for Corey's Comedy Channel. Yeah, but you're on Keith's radar. Keith has picked you as the next channel to work on. So all the fun club and all the Dixie's Warriors are supposed to be pushing for Natalie to hit her first monetization here. She needs to get up to 700 subscribers. And Natalie, can you tell us where you're at on your watch hours, please, if you can? She needs to get her watch hours up to 4K watch hours, or she needs to hit like a certain amount of views on one of her shorts. So start watching those videos, her ASMR videos, start watching those shorts, getting those views up. Let's get her to her first tier. She's one of the channels on my target, and Keith has picked her as the next target. We got Corey's Comedy Channel there. So I know we can rock this out, and we can get Natalie there too. Another thing is Wicked Iron. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's also part of the Fun Club. And I remember what it was like when I was under 100 subscribers. I remember the struggle I remember feeling down, wanting to give up, and then just getting the mindset that if I stayed stuck at 89 subscribers for the rest of for 10 years, I wasn't going to care as long as a few people liked my channel and supported it, right? Liquid Iron needs our help. Liquid Iron is at 94 subscribers. It is a huge deal for YouTubers and small-time YouTubers to hit the first 100 subscribers. Come on. She needs 6 subscribers. 6. He's part of the Fun Club. He's a big supporter of Corey's Comedy channel. And he started supporting my channel and some of the Dixie's Warriors. So those two are my target right now. We can do it. I would love for him by the end of the night to hit 100 subscribers. I helped him out by also subscribing to him on my Dixie's Friends. By the way, I didn't go through all the banner at the beginning. Subscribe, like, share, comment, so give a like. And check out my other channel, Dixie's Friends, if you want to. Okay, this sounds good. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. You finally got the heat perfect in there. Oh yeah, yes we are the Fun Club. I agree with you on that one. 100%. All of us. Now, I can tell you 2 little secrets about me. My hobby is working out and cooking. But when I cook, I am very scared of getting popped by grease. That's why you see me standing so far back. And look how crispy that is. That is beautiful right there. And I'm also afraid of getting burnt in the stove. So whenever I'm baking or cooking something in the stove, so Natalie, if you do go live on your channel Friday night, might really help your watch hours with Hope and Pray. I'm going to do a baking thing with Natalie because she's been having issues and I'm wanting to help her out, and we're going to cook together, make some bake something. Don't be offended if I bring these big old honking oven mitts with me because I'm scared of getting burned on the oven. So if I have to pull a cookie sheet out or put it in or whatever, you are in the mood for baking together, I'm probably going to have them with me because, yeah. Just saying. That's my 2 things, even though I love to cook. Seasoning salt, if you're wondering what this is. What is your, do you guys like to cook, and what is your favorite thing to cook, by the way? You're at 2,420 watch hours. Okay, guys, you got some work to do. Let's start watching Natalie's videos. She's got a playlist with all our ASMRs. So I'm telling you, again, just like we did for Corey, when he was close to that 100 hours, hit that playlist, go to sleep, let it go, keep doing it every night until we get her watch hours. We can do this. We got this. I know, I'm not sure, but Keith mentioned that he wanted to put Natalie up on next in the Fun Club to work towards helping her. So we'll see if he's changed his mind and ends up picking someone else. We'll find out in tonight's live. But he did make a comment that he wanted to go for her next. And I really think that she deserves it because she does a great job. She is a great supporter. She supports all the other YouTubers. She gets in more of the lives than I do. She doesn't miss people's videos. She's always there for me. She's made intros for my channel. The one I have up now is not one of them, but she has made intros for me. I love it when she makes intros for me. My Dixie's Friends channel could use some help because the intro is kind of cheesy probably. But I mean, she's really good and she's a great supporter. So I definitely agree with Keith that she deserves this. All right. Oh yeah, baby. This should be good. Yep, that first one is done. So what I'm doing is I'm going to put it, he's probably not going to be here until 6:37. So I'm going to take it and put it, I'm going to flip this all the way over. I just want to make absolutely sure it looks done on both sides, enough for me to make me happy because I do not want any undone meat. And don't you dare pop me. I felt that. But that looks pretty good. So I'm getting pops, that's why I'm jumping back. There you go. Nice and brown on both sides. It's looking good. All right. Yeah, this is a good cut of cube steak right here that I got. No, I've got two of them. I don't want to. I just need one at a time. I'm trying to make sure I get them cooked thoroughly. All right, here comes the second one. There's no pink on that, so I know I cooked it really good, so put it over here. Thank you everyone for who is coming in and saying hi and joining me, even if you can only join me for a few minutes. It means a lot to me to have you here. Thank you so much for being here with me. If I haven't said that, I'm going to make sure I do. And the other thing is, the cube steaks, you want to make sure you season them well. So sometimes when I do this, I add a little extra seasoning salt to at least one side of it, so that when you bite into it, it's not overly salty, but it's got just enough to give it a good flavor. And also with cooking the apple and the onion in there that I added in, that's going to add some flavoring to it too, and I'm going to add a little bit more in. I'm trying not to overdo the apples and the onion, but I'm also trying to do it to where they're kind of cooking down with it instead of all the way cooked down at the beginning, because I think it'll flavor the meat a little bit better that way. And I always take it up like this, and I just give it a little light shake. You don't have to shake it very hard, just kind of shake it off a little bit so you get all the excess off. And if you look at it and you see a spot that came off more than you wanted it to, you just flip it back in, because I'm not liking that. It came off way too much. And put it on one more time. Good thing about this soaking in Italian dressing all night is that I already have something to help it stick, help the flour stick to it pretty good. Alright, here we go. In it goes. I have to. I can always do this. I'm doing 4 of these guys. And they're looking good so far. Here's one. You're just now coming in. And I like it because it's also nice and crisp on the other side. It's got the perfect amount of breading. Right there. I have not cooked cube steaks in forever. And I know that some people kind of shy away from cube steak because of it being a cheaper cut of meat. But I grew up on stuff like that. And I love it. It is so good. I'm telling you now. It is very, very good. I'm going to get a second fork out. So that way if I'm going to do anything more special with that, I can. I'm very tempted. This is one of the apples that fell off. Yep. That's what it should taste like. Barely has a punch of apple flavor. That means that all the flavoring is going into the meat just the way I want it to. So, it's doing really good. You guys are awesome. I'm going to tell you too, I was just thinking of something. I just watched something on TikTok just recently that really blew my mind. And I want to share it with you guys. Because it was about a guy who was chasing down a woman. She was scared. She thought he was stalking her. And in the end, he was trying to return her wallet to him. He was trying to return her wallet to her. And then when she realized what was going on, she came out. So I just really feel like sometimes in life, we are quick to judge people, judge how people act, how people live their lives. And we need to take the time to really get to know people a little bit more instead of judging them and for what we think they are, because a lot of times you'll be surprised they're not nearly what you think they are. Like, he surprised the heck out of her because she was like, what? You actually are a nice person? And so you just don't know about people. So just please always be kind and considerate. Kindness goes a long way. Natalie and I will tell you, we're working retail, that we run across a lot of people. Sometimes people can be really hateful and rude, unfortunately. But I'm telling you, there are those times when you have customers that thank you, that are just so sweet and so kind to you. I remember during the pandemic, because me and Natalie were essential, it was grueling sometimes. It was scary because here we're working, still continually wearing masks, but we're working with Publix, having to clean and scrub everything down every day, stocking, zoning, doing whatever our job was, so that people could have the things that they needed during the pandemic. And, we're watching our associates dropping like flies at work with COVID. And now you can kind of say the word before you couldn't. So you can kind of sort of say it. And just as long as it's in a good light. But the thing is that I would literally have customers that would come up to me and they would tell me thank you. And I just look at them. I'm like, you just told me thank you out of the blue. I didn't even help them look for anything. They didn't ask me a question. They just walked by me. And they would tell me, thank you so much for being here. And thank you for all you're doing for us and our families. And I'm just like, wow. That made my whole night. Because people don't realize that was working in the medical field or doing what we were doing as essentials. It was scary for us sometimes because of everything going on. But we were there for you. And it was just kind of really cool to be thanked during that time. And then there's times now where when I'm working and I'll have my arms so stuffed because I'm trying to put out my freight during the day. I'm a freight runner and I'm trying to run it as fast as I can. Natalie tell you I really try to bust my butt and get it all done, and then I'm mad at myself if I don't get as much done as my goal was. I never tell my team leads what my goal is, what my time is for getting it done. Time limits, nothing. I keep it in my head, and if I don't hit it by the end of the day, I'm like mad at myself, even though I go back the next day and do it all over again. But it's just, I've had times when, like yesterday, I had my arms full, and I was like, literally, because the stuff trying to slide out from under my arm that I was trying to carry so I could get more done in a short period of time. And I knew something slipped out on my hand, and I was like, I'm not even worried about it. I'll just pick it up off the floor once my hands are free. This sweet, she was younger, probably early 20s, lady, turned around, and she's standing there patiently waiting for me to get my hands empty so she could hand me the item that I dropped on the floor that I was trying to put out on the floor. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, that was just the sweetest thing. And when I realized she was just patiently sitting there waiting for me, I made sure I told her thank you, because not very many customers would do that. They'd see you dropping and they'd just keep on walking and doing their thing. But she took the time to stop, pick it up, and patiently wait for me to finish putting the product on the shelf that I was working with, and handed the item to me personally. She's just sitting there with the sweetest smile on her face too. So in this world, it's really important. We all go through rough things in life. So that's also why we need to be kind to our customers, kind to our family, our workmates, whoever it is, and find a way to always be kind to people. And not only that, but we need to stay positive on our channels because they need us. This world needs us to be positive. We bring positivity into people's homes, into their living rooms, into their houses, into their workspace, because they watch YouTube videos while they're on lunch breaks or wherever they're at. We can bring that to them by just the way we speak, the way we talk, and the way we interact on our videos. We can make a difference for somebody. Sometimes it just takes one person doing one kind act to turn that person's whole day around. Whole day. So, I don't know. It's just a rant. I'm going on. What do you guys think? Do you agree with me? I'm way in on this. I really don't want to be the talking to myself. What do you think about kindness and positivity? Do you think this world needs more? Have you seen it in the world? Have you seen people do it? Has it been done for you? Have you had a scenario that happened to you that you want to share with us? Or something you've done for somebody else that helped somebody else out? Natalie, thank you. You always stay with me the whole entire time. Okay, here we go. I don't know about you, but I am excited about Corey's live tonight because I know it's going to be awesome because he's going to be on Cloud 9. I cannot wait. I remember how excited I was when I hit it. It's so much hard work, but it's so worth it. And just to be able to say you reached that goal is so worth it. And yes, I'm sorry, I keep talking about it. Alright, this should be ready in about 4 or 5 minutes, and I'm sure it's been 4 or 5 minutes. My thing is, I'm looking at this piece of meat. And I think I'm going to flip it back on the other side for just a second. Just spot right there. We'll press it down for like 30 seconds. I like my meat to be thoroughly cooked. I want it to be not tough. That's my goal. That's why I cooked, why I soaked it all night in Italian dressing to tenderize it. But I also don't like my meat raw. I don't understand how people can eat raw steak. Sorry to anyone out there that's watching this that likes their steak raw. I don't know how you do it. I can't do that. How do you guys like your steaks? Do you like it raw, medium well, or well? Alright, that should be good enough. Let me take this baby out. And get it over here. And I'll pop a new one in. Oh yeah. What I like is, see the little Crispies in the middle? I don't know if you can see that. I take the Crispies out. I put it in like a cup. Put a napkin in there, and then I put the Crispies in there. This is the way my mom taught me to do it. Put it in the microwave for 30 seconds, and then I eat it. Best part, it's like pieces of the meat that's falling off with the breading on it. Swear it's the best part of the cooking. And since I'm the cook, I get all of it. Alright, here we go. But not only, but I would share it with my husband, and I'd share it with Ray when he comes over tonight too if he wanted some. But I'm likely probably the only person that's willing to eat that because it's a little saltier too. And I've noticed that most men don't like a lot of salt. I don't know what it is. My knife, my fork. There we go. Oh yeah. I guess sizzle. It's good. It doesn't want to let go. One more cube steak. One more. They're almost done. It's 5:32. I'm happy about that. because I'll just keep it warm. He'll be here between 6:30 and 7. My husband is going to cook Brussels sprouts and instant mashed potatoes. I'm going to try to talk him into letting me record him cooking the Brussels sprouts because my sister-in-law, Betsy, has asked to be shown how we cook our Brussels sprouts because she said she has a hard time getting them cooked right. So she wants to know how we do it. So my husband loves to do that part. So I'll keep him out of the video. You'll probably just see his hands. And I'll add music to it because he doesn't even like his voice on camera. I can talk him into it. No, that will not be live. That will be an upload. I'm going to have one left over. So there'll be one left over so I can do two things with it. Save it, split it in half with my husband tomorrow night for dinner. Send it home with Ray. Or I could save it and bring it to you at work. You really want me to. I'll have to see. I might have to fight it out of Ray and Brid's hands. If they end up really liking this, they may want some extra kid stick. And so I may not be able to do that, but I don't know. So we try. Okay, while we're waiting, do you want me to turn the camera around and do you guys want to see my fish tank? Really see my fish tank? And I might be able to get you a sneak peek of my river. And I may know where my Grayson is too. So you might be able to see my cats as well. We've got about 2 minutes before I flip her. So I can do it. So I'm just waiting to see something. See a comment in the chat so I know whether you want me to or not. Natalie, do you think the people want to see my fish tank and my cat? Or do you think I should just I could do a workout right now. I'm being honored with you guys. Some of my favorite memories is standing by my mom. She had an electric skillet. She would pour oil in the electric skillet, and I would stand by her side, and she would let me help her with the prep part. So, like what I'm doing with the flour and the seasoning salt, I actually got to do that part. She let me do that part. Well, nobody said that they want to see my fish or my cat, so I'm assuming that we're staying right here. Oh, by the way, have you guys went to Dixie's Friends yet and seen my video on the St. Louis Aquarium? I got this in the gift shop at the St. Louis Aquarium. I love this because it's the St. Louis skyline. I think this is such a cool shirt. I can't, and when I can find it, I should have dug it out for this video. I will show you. I'll do a video like a short for you. I'll make a short for you guys and show you my New York shirt with the New York skyline. My sister bought it for me and surprised me with it when she came home to visit one time. And you know what's really cool about it? I was going to turn it into a yard working shirt. And here about a year and a half ago, I pulled it out of that drawer and said it's not going to be for yard working. Because that New York skyline t-shirt that she bought me has the Twin Towers in it. So it's the New York skyline before the Twin Towers were taken out in 2011. So it's pretty sweet, actually. And so now I'm realizing how unique and special it is. So there will be no using that baby for yard work. So sometimes, you know, you start getting older, you need more room for your other t-shirts, and so you'll take them out. And then be like, hey, I can turn this to yard. It's still good shape, and I can turn it into yard working shirt or something. And I did until that happened. And then it took me a while to remember I had the shirt in that drawer. And I was like, hey, that doesn't belong in there. So I took it out. Yeah, no talking allowed. I'm gonna add a couple more. I'm almost done with this. I'm trying not to overcook the onions and the apples. See, the weird thing is I'll eat that. Even though my husband won't, take the flavors out of it. And most of it, I'm trying to do it so that some of the flavoring will stay in a little bit more this time around. Okay. That is nice to know. Alright, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. Nobody's saying anything. And I feel bad that I'm making you guys stand here. So, while we're waiting for it to cook, here's my fish. One of these mollies is bigger than the other, and it's all of a sudden become aggressive the last 2 days. So, and it's never done that before. It's always been mild and not like that. So we're thinking that it might be pregnant. Okay, here we go. Here's my river. I know it's dark in here, but there's my baby. Yeah, I know, sweetheart. You yawning. And, oh, can't see him at all. Grayson, say hi to everybody. Hey, baby. Come here. Come here, my one-eyed baby. Say hi. There you go. Those are my cats in my bush. That's my pets, and that's my family. I don't have any kids. Well, they are my kids. How we doing? Doing good. Actually, I'm doing right in perfect amount of oil too. Didn't really need as much oil as I thought I was going to be using. So that's really good. Okay, last cube steak going in. We are about done. 5:41. I'm doing good. Shaking it out. And there it goes. I don't know, I haven't shown you the other three, but the very first one was the biggest one of all of them. Okay. So, yeah, baby. You're about done. I know Natalie's got a premiere tonight. I think she does. we'll have a good video for you. This one I'm going to do the same thing. Now watch, the guys end up with these extra salty ones by mistake. Oops, my bad. Okay, I'll show you what I did with the crumbs because I might eat them ahead of time because I'm hungry. So I'm going to, at the end of this, put it all in there and do what I told you. So you can see what I do with the extra crumbs that fall off, the extra pieces of meat and stuff. This I'm probably going to save because guess what? I'm going to maybe do another live video for you, and I'm going to make crab casserole. This is the next thing I'm going to make. And if I can save that back, I could put it in it. And I know that'll be really good in that because crab, I love crab meat. Oh, it's got such a, it's got a sweetness to it. So I love crab meat. I've never had crawdads or anything like that, but I've heard that they're supposed to be similar tasting to crab meat. I don't know. I've never had them. Has anybody ever had them? Anyone on the watching the replay want to chime in on any of my questions later? You're more than welcome to. All right, here we go. Last steak in there. I just got to dump that outside. Okay, Natalie says yeah, so she does have a live premiere tonight. What's your premiere on tonight, Natalie? I'm being goofy. Okay, I can put all this in to wash the soap because I'll give you wash after the live's over. I think we're doing good on time. I'm going to save these apples. I've already saved some onion half because I knew I wouldn't use all of it, so I cut the whole onion up and saved it because I'm going to make a crab casserole. So I'm just going to put it in here. And I think it'll be really good. I might cook the onion just in the apple and stuff a little bit in the skillet to kind of get it crisped up so it's not raw. Because when I'm doing a casserole instead of a salad, casserole is supposed to be hot, salad is supposed to be cold. So, yeah. We'll cook the pasta and then cook it in the skillet. It sounds like a good idea. You begging? Are you begging? You begging? You begging? Are you begging? Good girl. That's my baby. Come here. There you go. You guys are so sweet. I love Wind River Bags. She is so cute. She's got the cutest little meow. Okay, this goes in the sink. The only thing I don't like about cooking, we used to have a dishwasher, but it doesn't work right anymore. I think when we used to run more water, we kind of ruined it. So, Do you know anybody who would like to come over and wash my dishes for me real quick? Ha ha, very funny, right? Alrighty. Let's flip this baby over. I'm hungry. Oh. Yep. It's at the last until the skillet's super, super hot. Let me turn this down just a tad bit. It'll be the only one that's like that. It's good. That's the one I'll save. I'll eat the other 4. I'll be like, I'll tell my husband, nope. First 3 goes, let's eat first. A good chef always tastes the food. Let's see what it tastes like. Not bad. And oh, I did perfect on the apple and the onion. You still taste the flavor of the onion. Kid you not. Yeah, I'm going to save this. They're not getting none of this. Because Brent will be afraid to try it anyway, because he'll think that it's no flavor to it. This is all mine. Now I gotta remember which one this is. I'm gonna put it here. Yeah. I want that one to be saved back. Or I'll eat that one. I'm weird. I have been raised, this is the morals I've been raised on. To be a good wife, you always cook good homemade meals. You're always good at cleaning. To be a good wife, you get up early. And when I first was married to my husband, he had to break me of his habits. He was working at the time for U-Haul, and he would get up at 5:30 a.m. to get ready to leave for work. We'd have to start at 8 a.m. in Champaign, so I had to drive to Champaign every day. I forced myself out of the bed about 5 a.m. in the morning, and I would literally make his whole entire lunch. I'd give him leftovers from the night before, or I'd make him a sandwich or something, because he could always find a place to go warm his food up. Even if he had to go, because his job was to go rescue people who had broken U-Hauls. So he'd have to go and rescue them, do whatever, fix the battery, replace the battery, fuel line, whatever he had to do so they could get to their destination, to unpack their stuff wherever they were moving to. So people who got stranded, my husband was the one who rescued them. It's all over southern Illinois too. Northern Illinois made good money at the time doing that, but I would literally get up that early in the morning for him, and then I'd have a good 4-course dinner on the table for him every night, because that's how a good wife is. So also a good wife, when she cooks a meal, the worst piece of meat, the smallest piece of meat is the one that she eats. So this one, since it's the only one out of the 3 that's burnt, guess who's eating it? Well, because that's the morals I was raised on. And Natalie's going to think I'm a nut for saying that, but it's the truth. That's how I was raised. And I watched my mother do that all the time. My mother told me stories that they were so poor that the only one who had meat for dinner was my dad. She would feed the kids and herself popcorn and Kool-Aid because they were so poor. That's all they could afford to eat. But my dad always had some kind of cut of meat. So my dad never knew that his family was suffering and not getting the protein or meat that they needed, that his kids wasn't getting the protein and meat they needed because my mom kept it silent. She never told them. So that's the kind of morals I've been raised on as a wife. And that's what makes a good wife. Here it is. All done. I'm going to put it in the toaster oven. And we're going to reheat it. And just put it on warm until he gets here. And I'm probably going to cover it with a damp paper towel. That will help keep the moisture in it. I just seen somebody new say hi. Michael's Adventures! How are you? I need to grill a steak. I have never cooked a steak before in my life. I do have the George Foreman grill that I could use and do that. I could actually grill a steak. I've never cooked a real steak in my life. So I've always wanted to challenge myself and do it. I've been afraid to, but yeah. So why I'm doing the wet paper towels is basically when you keep it warm in the oven, it's going to soak up the heat will help kind of penetrate it into the meat. My husband's going to think I'm weird because I did that. Okay, that was weird. Oh, that's what I did. I accidentally... Okay. I get it. That was my fault. Oops. I bumped it. I thought I all of a sudden had an oops happen to my live real quick. Okay, so we are going to set the time up for 30 minutes. And I'm going to show you my trick. You guys ready to see it? I got to dump this outside. So I'm going to put all of it in there because I decided I like the taste of the onion and the apple. I think I still got this going. I'm cooking it up a little bit more. That's why it's still going. I'm trying to cook the onion and apple just a tad bit more. But, oh, that looks so good, guys. Okay, this is to me the best part of cooking. When you cook fried chicken, pork chops, and bread them. Pork cube steak, which I just made tonight, is this right here. See all that crispiness in there? That's pieces of meat and breading that has fallen off of the meat while I was cooking it. So here's what I did. I take a paper towel, just like this, put it in there, okay? Now mind you, my husband would not be willing to try this, so this is all mine. And I'm actually hungry right now, so bad thing is I should be waiting to eat them. So even though I take a nice piece cut of meat, I still feel like I get myself a treat. So what you do is, with it being in there, I put it in the microwave for 30 seconds. And what that does is it gets rid of the oil. Okay? By the way, I taste tested this at the beginning. Oh, I'm buffering. I just seen that. That's the only thing about doing lives like this. Sometimes that happens. So I'm sorry, guys, for that happening. Leave a buffer on YouTube. I'm going to show you. This is what I like to do. And I'm going to trace test it for you. And then we're going to end this live. So there you go. Close up. I'll take it and I dump it. Do you see how wet that is? That's how much oil and grease I got out of that. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna try to get onion and apple and some of the meats. There we go. Let's see what it tastes like. Still really hot. Mmm. Okay. The meat, it's got a very good flavor to it. I think these turned out okay. I can't wait to see what Brendan and Ray say. It's not overly salted. It's perfect amount. There we go. Now I was able to taste test it for you. I will do it live after it's all plated. So you can see what it's all plated like, what the Brussels sprouts look like after my husband makes them, all that fun stuff. If I can get him to do, let me do a follow him around video showing how we cook Brussels sprouts, I will do it because I'm going to tell him Betsy wants it. My sister-in-law, she's so sweet. Usually my husband always gives it and then he finds out it's her. So I'm going to hope that he does because she's the one who wants this video. Whatever you do, keep moving, keep eating healthy. What is the best and most important thing of my whole motto? Don't ever, ever give up. Whatever your health journey is, mental, emotional journey it is, trying to, like us YouTubers, trying to get monetized, or hit a new goal of amount of subs, watch hours, whatever it may be in your life. Working hard to get that career you've always dreamed of. Don't give up on it. You're never too old to fulfill your dreams. Never. And never let anybody or anyone in this world tell you that you are. You can make your dreams come true. You can achieve things in your life. You can become a better you. Become spiritually stronger if that's what your goal is. There's so many things that people and goals people set for themselves, and sometimes they want to give up. So that is why my motto at the very end says don't ever give up. Like, comment, share, subscribe only if you want to. Check out my other channel, Dixie's Friends. I actually got a really cool premiere that will be coming up here in 2 nights. And then the full entire mindfulness, if you're into mindfulness, which is a kind of a meditation thing for anxiety and stress relief. That's going to be on my channel, I think, Tuesday night. And then I'm going to have a full video with the mindfulness at the beginning and at the very end of it with music for you guys. And so be looking for it on my channel, on my other channel, Dixie's Friends. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, everyone who just cooked cube steak together. So I hope this video is giving you the confidence to try making cube steak, even though it is a cheaper cut of steak, a cheaper cut of meat. I'm hoping that showing you how to do it, how to prep it so it turns out good and yummy and tender will encourage you to go out and buy that cut of meat and give it a try. Have a wonderful night, everyone.